Hey there! Welcome back to Reddit Dating, best channel for cheating stories. Make sure to like and subscribe the channel for more spicy stories. My fiance's coworker recorded her kissing him in the car and sent it to me. My fiance kept saying it wasn't her fault. Me M/29 and my fiance F/27 have been together for 4 years. She has many good traits from being selfless to generous. Her absolute weakness is seeing others struggle. She always tries to comfort and sympathize with everyone. About 6 months ago, she started telling me about her male co-worker who lost his 8-month-old daughter and how she sympathized and felt sorry for him. She made him meals and spoke with him on the phone whenever he needed to vent. It didn't bother me much because it didn't happen often, and I had no intentions on causing unnecessary issues, just it's my fiance's nature to help out and offer a shoulder to cry on. This happened out of nowhere. Days ago, I received a 47-second-long video via Facebook of her co-worker's car cam showing him and my fiancé kissing each other. I was in shock and took a lot of time to process what I saw. I kept rewatching the video thinking the person in the car wasn't my fiancé. Plus, I never met this guy before, but I figured he probably found me on Facebook by seeing my fiancé's status as engaged to me. The Facebook account then disappeared and I couldn't access it. I confronted my fiancée with the video, and her initial reaction was freezing in her place. She was absolutely shocked. The question, "Where did you get this?" was showing all over her face. I told her to explain, but she started crying, repeatedly screaming that it was him. He used her after she tried to comfort him for losing his daughter. She said she didn't know he had feelings for her, although there were signs, but she brushed them off, claiming it must have been nothing but attachment after she kept offering him support as a friend. I wanted to believe this is really what happened, but something kept me feeling so angry, especially after remembering seeing the video. I told her that it seemed like she was consenting him to kiss her, and she justified it as her getting caught off guard by him and freezing, which she claimed was her only mistake, but she spent too long and didn't even attempt to pull away. After arguing for hours and her repeating that he used her and manipulated her into sympathizing with him, then caught her off guard with that kiss and disrespected her boundaries. She said he probably did this to get back at her for turning him down multiple times. I told her I needed space to process this whole mess. She told me not to leave, and that she's going to report him the next day, and insisted that we work this out together, but I decided to leave the apartment anyways. It's been days and I have been lying to my family about our fight after they asked why I stopped the wedding planning. I found out that my fiancé told them I stopped the process of our wedding planning and asked for their help after she kept begging me to come home to talk. Then offered to meet me at a public place, but I refused. This is a huge deal, and I didn't want my family to influence any decisions I make since they tend to apply pressure on me all the time, especially with my fiancé, despite what happened, and her explaining that she was just trying to offer support and he took advantage. I still feel that she only opened up about this once she saw the video. I have no idea whether she was ever going to tell me about it. I really thought she'd trust me enough to tell me about this kind of stuff, but no, she said nothing and didn't act out of the ordinary. Even kept talking about him till the day I found out about the video. I feel so devastated and not sure if I'm being unfair by refusing to believe her claims and extending her the benefit of doubt. I don't know what to do. I hate feeling like I'm reacting this way towards my fiancé being used for her good nature, but at the same time I feel like there's more than what she told me. Information, in case it's relevant from the looks of it. It seemed as if the video was taken in the evening, but I'm not entirely sure and might be wrong about the timing. Story 2. First night without kissing my kids goodnight and waking up to a quiet house. I hate this. My children are now living with my wife's mother for a few nights as a result of a major event. See previous post for details. Some of you will suggest that I should have filed for emergency sole custody and had her committed. I understand what you're saying, suicide attempt. I couldn't bring myself to do it to her or the kids. If the position had been reversed, I'm sure they would have crucified me as well. I made it clear to her that her mother and stepfather had to be there the whole time, and they all agreed. She is, of course, seeking counseling, and I really hope she is able to find a way to be happy without demeaning herself in the process. In exchange for continuing counseling, she has already signed away her rights to my home and consented to our 50/50 parenting agreement, which was finalized just last week. In our country, we must live apart for 1 year before divorce may be granted. That meant that last night was my first night away from the home without them present. It irritates me. Being a father is my absolute favorite thing in the whole world. As soon as I woke up this morning, I sat in the shower writing this instead of waking up the kids and getting them dressed and ready for school. I already perform the majority of the recommended mental health activities. In fact, I own a gym and exercise on a regular basis. At 37, I'm in the best shape of my life. I don't consume alcoholic beverages or use illegal substances. I'm thinking of signing up for one of those filthy dating apps. My children are all in the early primary school years, with one being a toddler. I'm going to miss out on half of their small lives, and it's already affecting me negatively. I did all I could think of and forgiven everyone I could think of to prevent this from occurring, but I failed miserably. I have no control over what she does, and I am well aware that she has never really loved me as much as I deserved. Because I am absolutely not going to accept her back, I will lose out on a lot of my children's life in the future. My youngest child is nearly 3 years old, and he will likely have no recollection of growing up in a genuine family. Despite the fact that I know it's for the best, it hurts. I despise her for all she's done, and I'm still trying to make things easy for her for the sake of the children. This stuff is already feeling lonely. I'm at a loss for what more I can do to alleviate how depressed I'm feeling right now. I had a dream, and now that dream is no longer a part of me. I recall hearing someone say. Story 3. Needing a safe space to vent and seek reassurance. Greetings to everyone. Since finding out, I've been loitering about at 29 degrees Fahrenheit for the last several days. I've been working up the nerve to write since, no matter how many supporting people I have in my life. No one seems to comprehend what I'm going through. On Saturday, I discovered that my fiance and partner of 6 years, now ex-32M, was messaging another lady. Due to the fact that he unintentionally contacted me instead of her in October, I had my doubts for a few months. I know these messages weren't intended for me since they were overtly in nature, and we never spoke in this manner over text messaging. He conned me into thinking that the messages were intended for me, and I became paranoid and very anxious as a result of his deception. I gave him the benefit of the doubt since I didn't have any concrete proof that he was lying. I caught him in a couple of other falsehoods, and there were a few occasions when things didn't match up. I sought treatment because I believed I was suffering from paranoia, and that I may be the source of the issue. We proceeded with wedding preparations since our wedding had been arranged and was slated for December of this year. I'd even went out and purchased a dress a couple of weeks ago. Continue with the previous Saturday's events. While he was in the shower, his phone vibrated, but there was nothing on the screen to indicate a notification. After thinking about it, I unlocked his phone, something I had never done before, and I am so happy I did this time, and sure enough, there was a text from someone saying "Good morning, baby," and asking about his work schedule. I was surprised, but not surprised. The text was hushed, and all preceding messages were removed from the system entirely. I confronted him about it right away, and he attempted to make it seem like it was a mistake by claiming it was the incorrect number. Mind you, he had her contact name saved in her phone. When I exposed the cracks in all of his fabrications, he eventually admitted his guilt, that he had been chatting to this lady for the last 8 months, whom he had known since high school, that the messages sent back in October were intended for this other female recipient, that he was well aware that if he came clean, I would abandon him, despite his claims that he never met up with her in person because he knew he would physically cheat. Given the number of falsehoods he has said and the amount of time he has spent talking to her, I find it difficult to trust him. Yes, I did leave him, and that was precisely what I did. I instructed him to pack his belongings and depart. He is not going to stop apologizing and attempting to win me back. He seems to be regretful, but I fear the relationship will be destroyed if it is not repaired. I canceled all of our wedding providers the day before the wedding. No, I am not even enraged. Instead, I feel extremely saddened and sad. His family believes I'm overreacting and believes he should be given another opportunity. However, I am certain that they are not aware of the specifics. I suppose all I'm seeking for is some comfort and guidance on how to proceed. Please accept my apologies for the lengthy read, and I thank everyone who took the time to do so. Edit. I scribbled this down and uploaded it because I couldn't fall asleep. I've only just gotten out of bed, and I'm completely taken aback. Please accept my heartfelt thanks for all of your nice comments and encouragement. I had no idea how much I needed it until it was too late. Thank you very much.